This is Fred Beck from Fred Beck's Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store. I'm joined in Stonebridge, ABC today by the president of WBC, Mauricio Sulaimán. Mauricio, it's nice to see you again, mate. How have you been?
I've been very well. It's been a great week here in London. Now everything is ready. Tomorrow is the day, and we will see what happens.
Exactly. Have you ever been to Wembley Stadium before to watch a fight?
Yes, I was a couple of years ago, Joshua against Povetkin. I was here for that fight, and I was so impressed by the way the British fans really excel as being the best in the world.
Certainly, I'd like to hear that, obviously being British myself, but by the time this interview goes out, that fight would already have happened. But if we just talk about what you're doing here today at Stonebridge ABC, what are you doing? I saw you giving a few t-shirts out, a few caps, a few towels. What are you doing over here?
Well, we came to the gym to be with the kids, to talk to them, try to give them inspiration, to guide them in the right path, to recognize the trainers of the gym who dedicate their lives to helping kids, to recognize Geraldine Davis as the great woman she has been for boxing, Scott Welch and David Walker, and just spend time. It's so gratifying to see because everything begins here in the gym. For Tyson Fury or for any single boxer, amateur, professional, or even just recreational, the boxing gym becomes a second home.
Do you think that's one of the best things about your job, being able to give back to the community, being able to give back to the amateur boxers and bring other people up?
This is my favorite part. It is my favorite part. I enjoyed this visit like much more than any other thing on this trip. To be and see the humbleness and the dreams reflected on the eyes. A couple of fighters came to me and I was impressed for what a girl told me. She asked me, usually who presents the belt to the champion? And I said, well, many times I do. And she said, I will see you in 4 years.
That's a pretty cool quote.
Pretty nice. And then another kid, he came back also and he said, hey, I will see you in 7 years when I'm a champion. So it's a dreams and it takes hard work, dedication, sacrifice, a lot of time to develop anything in the world, not just boxing, anything. It takes time and dedication.
Each one of these kids, when they get a professional boxer down or a person of importance of you are, they'll all remember that. They'll remember, during the time Mauricio Sulaimán, the president of WBC, came down to our gym, so it will always leave an impact, which I think is really nice. But I asked you a question about, I think it was, what's the worst thing about your job? And you said, a time away from your family. Can you just expand on that? Why does that, as a family man, affect you so much?
Well, it's difficult. My job has to do with extreme travel, with late hours of work, early mornings to leave home. I was born in the same situation. My father was the president of the WBC for 38 years, back in the time when there was no cell phone, no social media, no fax, no internet. So he had to travel much more than I do. And I remember those special days, like a school graduation or a soccer or football championship or baseball championship, without him. And but then I learned and understood what he was doing, and now it's my time. And when I'm away from home, and then you open your eyes and your kid has grown, and you were not there in some of the special moments of their lives, it takes a deep feeling of not regret, but of emptiness. But I love what I do, and it's like a mission that I have to continue my father's legacy. I do this for the passion of something that started 60 years ago. I don't have any benefits from being the president of WBC other than the satisfaction of meeting many people and being able to serve and be of service to others.
That's interesting what you say about kind of continuing your father's legacy. Well, obviously your father had a massive impact on you. What do you think the most important thing that your father told you was? What was the most important thing that you learned from your dad?
That's many things.
I guess it's hard to pick one though, isn't it?
It's hard to pick one, like the best fight, it's hard to pick one. One things I always, and I use it every single day, You never look down at a person, and you never look up at a person. We're all the same. We all deserve the same opportunity, the same time, the same attention. If someone comes to you with a very simple matter, you attend because it's important for them. For you, it might be very simple, but for them, it's very important. So you give them the time, and you pay attention, and you make it happen. Same thing, if something very important, then the same. We all start at one level, and you can never mistreat someone. You can never
You should never look down on someone.
never look down on someone, never have prejudice. If someone comes tell you something about someone, just ask them why. Why are you telling me this? What do you want me to do? Or because gossip is terrible. Gossip is like a cancer. I despise bullying. I despise verbal bullying as well. What happened to Mike Tyson in an airplane is horrendous. When is the law going to be implemented in those who are abusing with words? It doesn't have to be that you go to the punches. Anyway.
Well, I guess back in your father's day, there weren't a thing such as keyboard warriors. There weren't people talking rubbish on Twitter or messaging you or emailing you. He just had they were more tough about that. And they just say it to your face. But now someone from Australia can send you a message right now, a nasty message, and get away with it, I guess, without the consequences that Mike Tyson gave them.
Social media is it's a great thing, but you have to learn how to use it and learn how to read it, because there's people that simply are bored, or they're bitter, or they have trouble in their minds and their lives, and they take it on Twitter or Instagram. The things that you read there, it's unbelievable how much hate can be by an anonymous message. As you say, if you say it to my face, it's different, but you have to learn to read it. If you take that and believe it or feel bad, then you are not doing what you're supposed to do in life.
Normally, it's the type of people who kind of say nasty things to the people who aren't happy in life, who are kind of achieve maybe less than you or kind of want to be better than you, but they're not. So normally it's the people who are kind of more unhappy, which are saying the more nasty things. But I know, of course, your time, you're going for about 7 minutes here. I just want to get your thought on the iconic fight between Canelo Alvarez. We should probably touch on at least one boxing fight, Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol. How important do you think it is that Canelo stays active in sort of boxing? Obviously, last year he fought 3 times, or nearly 4 times. I think it was 4 times in like 13 months, and that's quite impressive. How important do you think it is that the boxers who are such big stars as Canelo keep active?
Very important, and it showed. We were used to see the greatest fighters of the moment to fight once, maybe twice in 1 year, and then Canelo comes and fights 4 times in 11 months. And that just boosted the whole world boxing positively. We are living the effects of a great era, golden era of Canelo, of Tyson Fury, of Spence and Crawford and Taylor. It's such a great moment that we're going through boxing, and there's much more to come.
Certainly, Mauricio, that's perfect way to end it. There's a lot more to come, but thanks so much for your time today. I like what you're doing here at the gym, obviously giving back, very important, but I'm sure we'll catch up soon. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so very much, and I wish you great success, and I'll see you tomorrow.